Well, you joined me down at Monk Lakes. I'm on the Members Lake again. I've got on the easier water this time. I've had my first bite so far on 10 pounder. I do believe there's a few more to have on this session. I'm going to get this one back and tell you what rigs I'm using, where I'm casting and what baits I'm using as well. And hopefully we'll get amongst those bigger ones. Let's see, let's get him back. Before I started leading around. I know there's some bars out in the middle. Basically there's like a little plateau off the island, then there is 3 bars, 1 big bar and 2 little ones. So there is plenty of features out there. I've actually managed to find my way in the middle of the 2 small little bars. The depths are 9 foot now out in the open water, but on top of the bar that I found it's about 8 foot, so it's only about a foot above. I don't know if that's going to make a difference at all, but I thought I'd try it. I decided to put a spod mix over the top of those bars. Literally it's a gap in between the 2 small ones, and I've decided to put about 10 spoms all along it and put 2 rods on it. There's plenty of carp in here. There's like over 300 carp in here, and you know, once they get going on that, they'll eat everything. Especially how warm it is now. It's much warmer and they're much more active as well, because I've already seen like 2 carp jumping already, so it's pretty crazy. The spod mix is made up of 12mm ocean fruit bottom baits. It's also got some all nut stick mix in there as well. I thought that just like clouded up the water a little bit. I've also put some half boilies in there as well, 15mm ocean fruit boilies. I've just put a load of half bits in there as well, just to make different sizes in there, you know, like trying to mix it up a bit. I've also got some all nut pellets, 6mm in there as well. They love pellets in here, and the one thing they do like as well as pellets is sweet corn, and I've got plenty of that in there as well. So I've got a really good mix. I've decided to put some food liquid in there as well, just to make it stodgy, and maybe little bits and little I want to create like a halo on the bottom and create those little bits coming down, because obviously don't forget I'm saying it's warm, and if it gets even more sunnier then I'm definitely probably going to go on to zigs, because they're going to be up in the layers. So my idea is to try and bring them down if I can, that is. They're still in their testing phase, so hopefully I'll get a few bites on it on this session. I reckon it'd be a good one, especially when it gets warmer, to really stodge it up and really create that cloud. The rods that I'm fishing over the top of the spod mix are on helicopter setups with Ronnie rigs, and I've put one on a 12mm yellow ocean fruit pop-up, and the other one is an all nut dumbbell wafter tipped off of a sinking plastic cord. Because they're quite buoyant, I don't really want to add to any more extra buoyancy to them. They're perfectly fine on their own, so the plastic was just a colour to just represent the corn that's in the mix. Third rod has gone down the margin, because that margin looks really good. It's a nice reedy margin to my left. It goes right out to a point and it just looks really good. The sun's beaming down on it, and I thought, yeah, that looks like a really good spot. So I've decided to put one down there. I'm actually feeding over the top of them just 12mm ocean fruit bottom baits. I'm just using a catapult and just putting a couple of pouches over the top of it. Nothing that crazy really. And the hook bait is a 15mm all nut wafter tipped off a microplastic cord. Now I haven't really gone crazy with the bait down there, but that is the one that went, believe it or not. The first bite was down the margin, nice and shallow. Few 12mm over the top and it went, so that's pretty good for starters. Like I said, I probably will change to a zig out in the open water. It's quite deep out there. I've only been here a short period of time actually, probably about half an hour or so, maybe it'll kick off at some stage or another. But so hopefully we'll get a few more. I've got 24 hours, so maybe a few more come along, and hopefully a bigger one as well, because there's some nice 20s in here as well. I would like to get a few more of those definitely, so let's see. Managed to get another one, only a smallie. I mean really small, it's probably the smallest one I've had in here. I'm going to get him back, and you never know, might get something else. Well, wasn't that lovely common? You know, there's a few smallies in here, they spawned on obviously in here, and there's a couple of them little ones around, but you know, doesn't really matter too much. At least I had a bite. That one was actually caught over the baited spot, which is really good. I was about to change the zigs and that happened, so I'm going to stick on the bottom. I put a couple more spoms back in and I recast, so you never know, something could happen. The margin one just hasn't done anything since that first bite, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to put in a few more baits. I just put in a little bit more bait in over the top, and that's it really. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm happy where it is. I'm happy about everything really. I'm just hoping that I'll get a few more bites, maybe when it cools down, at least another carp really, and hopefully the next one is a bit bigger as well, because I've been plagued with small carp at the moment. There's a lot of mid doubles in here, and there's a good couple of 20s as well, which would be nice to get one of them, but even if I just get a mid double, that'll do. I just wanted to get a few bites. I'm not really concerned about having absolutely massive carp or anything. I just wanted to catch really. Probably going to spend all my time fishing for bigger fish after this. The other lake that's here has got bigger carp in it. I'm definitely going to do a few more sessions on there. You're going to have to wait it out. You don't get that many bites on it, but when you do, they are bigger, so I might be spending more time on there. We'll see what happens, and you never know, I might get a few bites before it gets dark. Maybe I'll get a few bites in the morning when it's slightly cooler. You never know, that might just kick off in there, but I'm expecting something in the evening. I am expecting some evening bites, so hopefully I do. £20 and 8 ounces, I can't believe it. Another bite. It's in the margin rod as well, again, on the all nut wafter, tips off the microplastic corn. Yes, doing the business at the moment. I'm going to get him back and hopefully I'll get another one. Yeah. Well, what an amazing carp that was. It was nice to get one more. Wasn't looking that great, and I thought maybe I'll get one more bite just before it gets dark, and it happened. Wasn't expecting it to be a 20, to be honest. After having that little one, I thought, oh no, here we go, I'm just going to catch little ones. But you know, I did come here to catch, but I wasn't expecting to get a 20. I was expecting to get maybe a few mid doubles and stuff like that. Really, that's sort of the average in here. So yeah, really good. Well, do you know, I'm thinking about putting a few more spoms over my spot on the bar. I'm kind of thinking if it doesn't happen soon, then it probably in the morning it might kick off on that spot. It's quite deep, it's about 8 foot, so obviously all my bites have come into like 3 foot of water, so you know, it's spring, of course they're going to be seeking this shallow water. I just couldn't find anything very shallow out there. I could have fished in close, I suppose, but I kind of wanted to put some bait in over the bar and see what happens. Really, most of my bites have come onto that bar, so that's why reason I thought I'd try it. I thought that they would just dive down and eat the bait, even if it is in that deep water, and you know, I thought I might get something, but I've had one off of it. It's not that great. But like I said, I'm going to put some more bait in, and hopefully by the morning it'll kick off. I might end up bringing the rods in though and recasting and refreshing hook baits in the morning, because they do like the fresh hook baits in here. Seems to get them to take it much quicker. If your bait's been here for a while, it does sort of, they don't really look at it that much, they don't really take it. You put a fresh one out and they just take it instantly. So I definitely will make sure I've got fresh hook baits on for tomorrow morning. But we'll see. Until then, well, the sun is setting now and it's getting much cooler, so if I don't get a bite soon, then maybe in the morning it'll kick off and hopefully I'll have you then, and it'll round off my session nicely. But we'll see what happens. So hopefully I'll get something soon, or maybe in the morning, never know. Not much happened for me. It's been pretty quiet. Apart from as it was going dark, I managed to get a bite off the baited spot in the open water, and it turned out to be about £1/2 common. Yeah, I was really happy about that. I did manage to recast it, but it went completely dark and it was difficult. Yeah, so that was it for me really. Nothing's happened through the night. It's been silent, and this morning it's really foggy as well, so it's made it a little bit more difficult to recast and refresh the hook baits and stuff. I'm waiting for it to shift off so I can actually start figuring out where I'm casting. I can see my margin at the moment, so I can recast that one if I need to, but yeah, the open water one, I just can't see anything at all. I can't even figure out where I'm casting exactly until about half of it clears, so I can actually see the area. But at the moment I just sort of thought, why not just wait and see what happens. I do want to bring all the rods in and refresh the hook baits, recast, and maybe put a little bit more bait on over each one. I didn't think I was going to put any more bait over the baited spot, but as I had that little carp, you know, you never know, there might have been little carp and all sorts of roach and other species maybe have fed on that spot, so I may put in a couple more spoms, but I still think there could be a chance to get in one or two more. I just need to work at it, I think. We keep going with it really. I've had a bite on each hook bait as well, so it's all working. I just need to keep going, and yeah, hopefully I'll get one more. well, looks like I'm not going to get anything else after all. I did try a recast, and I put a little bit more bait in and expected it to kick off this morning, and it hasn't. Who knows? Who knows what's happening? Maybe I should have tried zigs. I don't know. It definitely would have made some kind of difference, but overall I think I tried quite hard, and I was kind of expecting to get a few mid doubles. That was what I was aiming for, but it didn't happen that way. But I had a nice 20, nice carp, and I think I'm happy enough with that fish. Well, that's me done. Got to pack away. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.